Hello to Storytime, we're glad to see you're here. Hello to Storytime, we're glad to see you're here. Hey, hats off to you! Welcome back to Storytime. I'm glad to see you're here again. Garvin and I and our friends have some wonderful, wonderful tales to tell you. Today's story is a story that may sound very familiar with you. Okay, so let's get right into it. You ready? This is from my favorite collection of the Story Tree collections. Tales to Read Aloud. Okay. The story we're going to listen to today is a story called Monkey See, Monkey Do. Once upon a time, there was a man who sold hats. Once upon a time, there was a man who sold hats, and he was pushing his cart along the road through the jungle. And what was this in his cart? Why, it was hats, of course. There were top hats and mob caps and bobble hats and flat caps, billycocks and bonnets and bowler hats, all carefully packed together and ready for the market. But there was a hole in the road, and one of the wheels of the cart got caught, and the cart tipped over. It flipped right over, and all the hats spilled this way and that way onto the road. Now in the trees, in that jungle, there lived hundreds of monkeys, and when they saw all those hats lying on the road, they came laughing and chattering and swinging down from the branches. Each one of them grabbed a hat and put it on his head. Now before the man could shout, "Stop!" all of his hats had been taken. The only one left was the hat that he was wearing on his head. He looked up into the tree, and on every branch there was a monkey with a hat. There were monkeys with top hats, monkeys with mob caps, monkeys with bobble hats, monkeys with flat caps, monkey with billycocks and bonnets and bowlers. They were all looking down at him. The man was cross. He put his hands to his mouth and he shouted up at them, "Give me back my cats! Give me back my hats!" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all put their hands on their mouths and they shouted back at him, Oh, the madman was angry. He picked up a stick and he waved it at them. "Give me back my hats or there will be trouble!" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all broke sticks from the branches and they waved them back at him. The man was furious. He stamped the ground with his feet. "Give me back my hats, or there will be double trouble!" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does, of course. They all stamped their feet and bellowed back at him. The man was sad. He buried his face in his hands and began to cry. "Oh, my precious hats! How will I ever get you back?" But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all buried their faces in their hands and they sobbed back at him. The man looked up at the monkeys. The monkeys looked down at the man. Suddenly the man pulled the hat from his head and he hurled it down onto the ground. "Well, that's enough of that. No more selling hats for me. I will have to find myself another job." He lifted the wheel out of the hole and he pushed his empty cart away down the road. But what a monkey sees, a monkey does. They all pulled their hats from their heads, hurled them down onto the ground, and scampered away into the shadows of the jungle. And when the man looked over his shoulder, what did he see? Hats, of course, lying in the road. Top hats, mob caps, bobble hats, flat caps, billycocks, and bonnets, and bowler hats. He ran back and loaded them carefully into his cart. Then he put his own hat onto his head, and he pushed his cart along the road towards the market. And that is the end of the story. What a great adventure! And I love monkeys. But these mischievous monkeys did not make our man with the caps very, very happy. I still have my cap, fortunately. Well, thank you for coming and joining us for story time. It's time to say goodbye. But, hold on a second. Did you forget? Why, it's riddle time. I have a riddle just for you. I got my thinking cap on. Put yours on too. And I'll give you a riddle before we say goodbye. Are you ready? Okay, the riddle for today is... Now listen closely. I will always come, never arrive today. What am I? I will always come, never arriving today. What am I? Of course, the answer is tomorrow. You'll never come today, tomorrow, but you'll be here today. But tomorrow will be today when it's tomorrow. You get it? Ask your moms and dads. That was tricky. I need to put my cap back on so I can think straight now. Thank you very much. Much better. Well, thank you for story time. Thank you for our riddle. And thank you for sharing this time with me and my friends. Come back really, really soon, because we'll be waiting for you for another story, another riddle, another fine time with Mr. Christopher. For now, take care, so long, see you later. Goodbye to story time, we're glad to see you came. Goodbye to story time, we're glad to see you came. Take care of yourselves, bye-bye.